Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy New Year. We are in 2020. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm so glad to have you. My name is Jennifer Matthews, and we are here. It's Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, developing your debt-free dream lifestyle. This is the weekly show, come to you live every Thursday night. And I am Jennifer Matthews, your hostess with the mostest, and developing your debt-free dream lifestyle. I coach Henry's. If you're new, my email was blowing up all day, so I'm expecting us to have a lot of people here tonight. So I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm expecting a lot of new people. So developing your debt-free dream lifestyle, we come here every Thursday night, and I coach Henry's, like a man's name. High earner, not rich yet. H-E, high earner, N-R-Y, not rich yet. I coach Henry's to be debt-free and dream again using my signature money system. So, not my usual backdrop because I'm in Philadelphia again. I was here last week because it was Christmas, and I went home, came back last night. Last night? Yeah, I think I came back last night, get it confused. But I'm here in Philadelphia, and I'm so glad to be here, so glad to have you. Let me see. I'm going to raise Facebook up higher so that I can see comments. There we go. And there we go. Like that better. Okay. So let us jump in. I hope you were here last week, even though it was the day after Christmas. Hey, Bev. Even though it was the day after Christmas, it was a deep, deep show. I dropped some powerful, time-sensitive, critically important information, and then I put it in my newsletter. Y'all need to be on my newsletter list. My newsletter came out today. All right, Facebook. Facebook does not like my mother's internet. It dropped last week. I'll be home next week. Okay, so I'm just going to keep talking, and Facebook will have to catch the replay on YouTube. So I put it in my newsletter today, and we are going to do a recap. Facebook is still trying to reconnect, so I'm going to keep going because it will come back. It will reconnect. So let us begin the screen share, and I'll put the slides up, and Facebook will come back. Let's put the screen share up. Okay. So our weekly show is developing your debt-free dream lifestyle. And each week we start by getting the legal stuff out the way. Individual financial results may vary. Jennifer S. Matthews, yours truly, Creating Financial Literacy LLC, and any of its entities do not render financial, legal, tax, or real estate advice. The content is for informational purposes only. If Facebook doesn't reconnect, I will post a YouTube link on Facebook so that they will have it. So I want to begin with a quick recap of last week. I put this information in my newsletter. It went out to well over 1,000 people today, and my email, my text messages, everything has been blowing up. Last week's show, while folks were still unwrapping their Christmas presents and celebrating. I talked about how to get free credit monitoring, and it's time sensitive. The deadline is January 22nd, and I'm going to keep mentioning this. I'm not going to beat it with a dead horse because we're all adults, so we need to take action on this. So let me move my phone back over here and see if it'll reconnect on its own. So we need to take action on this. So quick recap. The Equifax settlement was first back up. The Equifax data breach was announced in, delete this video and restart it. The Equifax settlement data breach was announced in the Equifax. I'm trying to restart Facebook. The Equifax data breach was announced in 2017, but it actually occurred in 2016, and Equifax tried to cover it up. It's such a big deal that the Federal Trade Commission reached a global settlement with Equifax. As part of the global settlement, you can get several things. It's posted on YouTube. As part of the global settlement, one of the things you can get is 4 years of free credit monitoring. The deadline is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020. So here are the takeaways from last week's show. The filing deadline is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020. There is a link to verify that you are one of the 147 million people in the United States who was affected. I am one of those people. There's a link where you go to file. Depending on how fast you type, it literally takes 2 seconds to 5 seconds, depending on how fast you type. No excuses. It is not some long drawn out process. Watch last week's video, because I also recommend that you get your baseline credit report from www.annualcreditreport.com. Consider placing a freeze on each of your credit reports at the 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. It's explained in last week's video. And then remember to protect infants and children. Adults get 4 years of free credit monitoring. Infants and children get up to 18 years. If they were impacted by the credit breach, they get up to their 18th birthday when they are legal adults. So they get up to 18 years. Protect senior citizens and also protect the recently deceased. If they were affected, you need to protect them, even if they are deceased. Deceased people are at risk for identity theft. Their credit information may still be tied to active accounts, their widows, their beneficiaries, their heirs. It is important. Don't think that because they're not here, they're not at risk. Don't get it twisted. Protect seniors and recently deceased. Okay. Here's how you access the video on YouTube. You want to go to YouTube. You want to type in Matthews on Money, all one word, no spaces, Matthews on Money. While you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. Then you want to watch the video. There's several videos up there. I've been doing this show every Thursday for a while. Okay, this video is called How to Get 4 Years of Free Credit Monitoring. I got another fabulous video up there called How to Get a Tuition-Free Degree. college for free. Student loan crisis, student loan debt is at crisis levels. I have a video up there for that. So several videos up there. Watch the videos, okay? Share the videos with other people, encourage them to subscribe, okay? That's how you get last week's information. That's the recap on last week, because it was really critical. Day after Christmas, okay, the month of December, y'all started fading off. I used to have a whole lot of people on here, October, November, and the closer we got to Christmas, y'all kept fading off because y'all were out shopping, spending money. So now developing your debt-free dream lifestyle. So now we got to get y'all out of debt so you can develop your dream lifestyle. Because December, instead of logging on Thursday night, you were out there, you know, spending money, racking up debt. Now you're back. I get it. You're back. Okay. So, all right. That's the recap from last week. So tonight, New Year, it's down to business, folks. It's down to business. Roll up your sleeves, pulling no punches, down to business. So, how was 2019 financially? Don't disconnect. Don't disconnect because I asked the tough questions. If you are developing your debt-free dream lifestyle, we got to ask some hard questions because it was easy. Everybody would be living their dream lifestyle. So, if you want to step away from the crowd, it begins with a few questions that might make you feel uncomfortable. So, I'm going to ask it again, and you need something to write with because school is in session. How was 2019 financially? Because if you don't know, how are we going to get to your debt-free dream lifestyle if you don't know the answer to these questions? We need to know where you've been to see where you're going. We need to know where you've been so we can see where you're going. That is the only way to see your financial future with clarity. That's how we're going to see 2020 in 2020. That's what we're here to talk about tonight. We're going to start the year off by looking backwards so we can go forward with clarity. And you got to write it down. #1 best-selling book of all times says, write the vision to make it plain. Write the vision and make it plain. Get something to write with. Write. Get something to write with. I'm keeping it real. Those of you who know me and know my style, I keep it simple. I keep it real. I will never go over your head. You will always understand me, and we get it done. Okay, get this. It's not a beatdown. What we're doing is revealing how much progress you made. And You're also gaining insight into what you need to focus on this year. So let me talk about myself. Going into 2019, my goals were around my business in terms of financial and around my health. And I was pumped. I was so excited. Going into 2019, I was hyped. I ended 2018 on a high. I started 2019 on a business retreat in Tucson, Arizona. I'd never been to Arizona. During the government shutdown is when I went to Arizona. Throughout the shutdown, I was helping government employees. I was working with them behind the scenes. I was just pumped. Pro bono work, pumped, headed out to Arizona, going through the airport, working with TSA people in all the airports, because Lord, to go to Tucson, you got to go through a whole bunch of airports. The retreat was phenomenal. I'm at this retreat with multi-millionaire entrepreneurs. Me. I'm there with people who are living my dream lifestyle. And I'm learning from them. I'm having lunch with them. We're going out for drinks together. It was just awesome. It was awesome. I came back. I was ready. I was ready. The next day, no, the same day I got back on the red eye. That afternoon, my dad went in the hospital. The next day, he went in the ICU. 4 weeks later, he was gone. My bottom fell out. This is not a beat down. So let me talk about me. I went from the high. Hey, Sheila. I went from the high in January to February 27th. Now, so on the business side, I didn't reach my business goals. But on the health side, I did pretty good with my health goals, all things considered. I did pretty good. I did pretty good with my health goals. Health goals, not my weight. My weight is only up 4 pounds, which is great considering. But already this year, I've met with a nutritionist this year because weight is one of my new goals. And I have micro goals. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And I have new business and financial goals. So, yes, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking about me, and I'm doing the same things because we're all in this together. We're just at different places. So, yes, I'm talking to you with intensity because I'm serious about what I do and I love what I do, and I want you to be successful. But I don't want you to think that I'm walking on water, this doesn't affect me, I'm better than you. We all in the same boat. So when I say we're looking back so we can see forward with clarity, know that 2019, I hit some and I jacked some up. I screwed some of my goals up because we're all human. But if I don't look at 2019 and don't say, oh, well, you lost your dad, so blah, blah, blah. No, Because yes, I did, but life still goes on. The bills still get paid. The lights still got to be on. You still got to keep moving. If my weight gets too high, I hit the pre-diabetic mark. So no matter what, I can't let my weight go up 8 pounds because then I'm pre-diabetic. Regardless of what happens in my life, my weight goes to a certain number, I'm pre-diabetic. I've got to stay under that number. So I went and met with a nutritionist because I'm too close to that number. And I got to drop all the way back down. I got to drop all the way down to a number I haven't seen in a whole lot of years. Okay, let's move on. But I want you to know this is not a beat down. This is about you looking back and not beating yourself up, but learning from 2019 so we can do better in 2020. Not get it right, do better. And with the proper planning, get it right or exceed. How about that? Let's exceed. Let's blow it out the water in 2020 because we took this time here and now to do the proper planning. So the year in review. Whatever you hope to accomplish in 2019, it's time to review how you did. Did you set any financial goals for the year? Were you going to save for a family trip? Were you going to pay off a credit card in full? Were you going to increase your emergency savings account or some other account, retirement or something? Right. Okay, remember, paper and pencil, write it down. What did you set out with intention to do? Not resolution. What did you set out with intention to do? Write it down. What were your thoughts at the beginning of the year, in the middle of the year, as you closed out the year? What did you want in 2019? What were your thoughts? Write it down. This is not just for the time Jennifer is talking exercise. This is between now and next Thursday night exercise. Because this is critically important. What did you want in 2019? What were your thoughts? What were your goals? What were your thoughts throughout the year? And then what were your goals? As you write them down, and especially when it comes to your goals, how did you do with your goals? I told you. I screwed up my business goals. I didn't make them. I did okay on my health goals, not my weight goals, but my general health. I had some other health goals. I did okay with those. What were your plans? And the plans not necessarily around finances, but just what were your plans? What did you plan to do? I mean, a friend of mine, she's usually on here. She might be on here. She didn't say hi. She planned to get married. I was there. Mission accomplished. She planned to get married. Beautiful wedding. What role did your finances play in all of this? It's rare that you can have goals and plans and it not cost you anything. So, what role did your finances play in all of this? Write it down. Write it down. Take the time to write it out. It's important to look back at last year so we can look ahead to this year with clarity. Why? Because we are developing your debt-free dream lifestyle. You're not developing my debt-free dream lifestyle. I am. You're developing yours. I'm developing mine. It's very hard to have a dream lifestyle with a ball and chain of debt around your neck. It's very hard. We're developing a debt-free dream lifestyle. So that burden is not on us. That burden is not on us. The things that you wanted in 2019, did you write them down? Again, write the vision and make it plain. Was it in writing? If it was, do you still have that document? Did you refer to it throughout the year? And how did you do with each of your goals and plans? I told you how I did with my major ones. Because once I lost my dad, everything shifted to my mom. They were married 58 years. She had never paid a bill in 58 years of marriage, 4 houses. Everything shifted to her. Then she had her hip replaced. It shifted. My priorities shifted for about 6 months. And that happens. Sometimes that happens. But were things written down? Do you still have that document? Because if you do, that's fine. Let's take a look at it. Let's rework it. Is it still a priority? How do we rework it if it is? How about this question? If it wasn't in writing, do you even remember what you wanted? Because that was 360 some odd days ago. Do you even remember? How many people jokingly say, I don't remember what I had for breakfast? So do you literally remember what you wanted 360 some odd days ago? Facebook disconnected again. So That's why it's critically important to write something this important down. Every Thursday night, I am here to give you important information towards developing your debt-free dream lifestyle. Most of the time it's financial, but not all the time, because sometimes it is health and wellness related, because stress is such a big component of finances and it's often overlooked. So it's not always financial. But I want you to get in the habit of writing, particularly in this age of electronics, like my phone that keeps disconnecting us from Facebook. We're so busy typing things into the phone. And it's not right in front of us, like a piece of paper that we can see and lay our eyes on it. We got to flip through and find it versus putting it on our mirror so that we see it every morning when we brush our teeth, every night before we go to bed, on our dashboards, we get in a car. We have that visual reminder of why we're doing these things. Sometimes we need to go back to the old-fashioned pen and paper. So we're going to start planning 2020 in writing. This time of year, a lot of people have vision board parties. And they go and they take pictures out of magazines and, they put their vision on a board. And that's fine. It's a similar concept. It is a literal that you can see. And then some people take a picture of it and they make it the screensaver on their phone. Again, because that's on the front side of your phone. You're not digging through and looking for the notepad, the OneNote, the Evernote, whatever. It's right there. You see it the first thing when you pick up your phone. It needs to be right in front of you so that you always know, I'm doing this because it is a step towards my debt-free dream lifestyle. I'm doing this because it's taking me towards my debt-free dream lifestyle. It's important because my debt-free dream lifestyle, my debt-free dream lifestyle, my debt-free dream lifestyle. And get that into your head. My debt-free dream lifestyle, my debt-free dream lifestyle. A lot of people don't even believe they can be debt-free. Why? Because the media programs our minds. And the media doesn't want us to be debt-free because they'll go out of business. They need us racking up debt. They need us racking up debt. But you can be debt-free. There's a whole lot of people who are debt-free. A whole lot of people are debt-free. But they're not going to talk about it on the news because the more you spend, the more interest they can charge you, and the more money the advertisers make, and the more money the retailers make. I was teaching a holiday budgeting class for a household name retailer. And someone sitting in the class said, about their previous employer, household name retailer, that the day after Black Friday, i.e., Small Business Saturday, the big retailers look at the numbers on Black Friday and decide if they're going to mark prices up or down based upon the sales of Black Friday. So here everybody is saving their money for Black Friday and all this shopping in the month of December, and the prices go up or down based upon how much money retailers make on Black Friday. So you could actually be holding on to your money, actually not even holding on to your money. You could actually be running your credit cards up in the month of December and paying more money. That's straight out the horse's mouth. Straight out the horse's mouth. When you go to YouTube, look at my Christmas in July video, recorded on July 25th. You can be debt free. The media and the retailers and the advertisers don't want us to be debt free. Man, let's shake this thing up. Be debt free and happy. Now, if you've been with me for a minute, you know I say this all the time. Success does not come to you. You go to it. Success does not come to you. You go to it. If being debt free and living a dream lifestyle was easy, everybody would do it. It's not going to come to you. You got to go to it. So the step on your toes teachings like tonight, that's how it gets done. All right, 2020. Starting with what you've written down, looking back at last year, going to set micro goals for this year, not humongous goals. We're not losing 50 pounds. That's what I said when we, accidentally blow something out the water. We're not losing 50 pounds. Set a micro goal. We're going to focus on the micro goal. If at the end of the year it ends up being 50 or 60 pounds, phenomenal. We set a micro goal. That's a small goal, a mini goal. Not that we're not stretching ourselves, we're being realistic. We're going to set 3 micro goals. And the micro goal perhaps could just be over the first quarter. So then you have 4 of those. The 4 micro goals might add up to 50 pounds. But you're doing it in bite-sized pieces and not looking at this monster's goal that's just totally overwhelming. You set 3 micro goals. That's more than enough. And it has to be realistic. Don't say you're going to make $1 million this year unless you made 600 or 700,000 last year. Then $1 million is realistic. But if you're going to start a business and make 10 or 12,000, that's realistic. If you've got a great business plan and a literal written business plan and a plan in place. And you may blow it out the water and make 20 or 50. But a good micro goal, 10, 12,000, $1,000 a month on a brand new business, especially if it's not full time. Set 3 micro goals. Factor the cost of achieving your goal into your spending plan. I rarely use the word budget. A spending plan is a plan for how you spend your money. When you plan how you spend your money, you end up with more money. I've been teaching it for years, and people have been having more money for years. Be realistic in your goal setting with those micro goals, and be realistic in the dollar amounts that is going to cost you, the dollar amounts you assign to achieving your micro goals. Remember, you're doing this towards developing your debt-free dream lifestyle. And this doesn't mean you can't go on vacation and do all kinds of stuff. I can't even count the places I went last year. I had a good time, even in the midst of. The wedding was in South Carolina. Told you I was in Tucson, and I was in San Diego, and I don't even remember some of the places I went last year. Okay? So developing your debt-free dream lifestyle means you're strategic. Doesn't mean you're a pauper. It means you're strategic and you're doing things that will move you forward towards your debt-free dream lifestyle. Now, there is a key to writing great goals, and then there's a couple of tips and tricks to go along with it. So, the key to writing great goals. For your micro goals, they need to be SMART goals. You've probably seen this in the workplace, but it needs to be at home too. SMART goals needs to be specific. State exactly what you are doing. Specific. In this quarter, I am going to reduce my weight by 12 pounds, 4 pounds a month, a pound a week or something, okay? Specific. Measurable. A way to know when it's completed. 12 pounds is 12 pounds. Achievable. You have or have the ability to get the resources needed for completion. I'm going to incorporate my business. Okay, well, I know how to do it in Maryland, so I can speak to Maryland because I did it. You go to the state office center, or you go online, you download the paperwork and you fill it out and you pay the fee. It's a little more involved than that, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. You have the ability to get the resources, those papers that are online. You may not have them, but you have the ability to get them. Realistic, it's in the true realm of possibility. A pound a week is in the true realm of possibility. Getting that paperwork downloaded from the website is in the true realm of possibility. Time bound, a completion date. I'm going to file that paperwork for my business by January 31st. 12 pounds by the end of the first quarter, March 31st, is a completion date. That is a SMART goal. It's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's realistic, it's time bound. That is a SMART goal. Each of your 3 micro goals needs to be SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Look back at what you wrote for 2019. What on that list do you want to tweak and carry forward? What is important to you that you want to continue from 2019 or you didn't get to in 2019 that's important enough for you to do in 2020? What is new? Pick 3. No more than 3. Do not overwhelm yourself. 3 micro goals. Okay? Now, I mentioned about, instead of budgeting, using a spending plan. Plan your spending in 2020. You will have more money. There is rarely a reason to go in debt at the holidays. Christmas comes at the same time every year. Okay, I posted a picture on my Facebook page of dolls that I brought day after Christmas. No, I was still in Philly. Whenever I got back to Maryland, I went in the supermarket to buy lunch, salad. I wanted salad. Went in the supermarket to buy salad, and there on the clearance rack were 4 black dolls. They were $17 a piece, 75% off. They were $4.25. Well, every year for the past 5 years, we have been donating black dolls to the Marines Toys for Tots. I know Christmas just passed, but we're going to do it next year because Christmas is coming in 2020. It's kind of certain, like, death and taxes. So I bought the 4 dolls. I wish they had more. They were $4.25, marked down from $17. I bought all 4 and I put them away in the place where the black dolls accumulate in my house in October, November, and December. I put them there. So they got a head start. Planning. I know we're going to do it. So that's 4 Christmas presents. And the day after Christmas, I found a fabulous Christmas present for 50% off. Hey, cousin, if you're watching, that's probably going to be yours. She just left. I just gave her this year's Christmas present, but I already got next year's for her too. So that's one off the list, 50% off. There's really no reason to go into a ton of debt. When you go to YouTube, watch a Christmas in July video. But when you plan your spending in 2020, I promise you will have more money. I want to help you do that. I have something special for you. A 4-week live group coaching course called The Power of Planning Your Spending. It is so powerful. Discover several ways to create a spending plan, which is another word for a budget. But when we say budget, people throw tomatoes. But really, it is planning how you spend your money. Those tricks I mentioned that go with goal setting, I'm going to give them to you. 2 tricks to make reaching your goals much more likely. We're going to calculate your net worth so that at the end of the year, you will be able to see measurably in the numbers if your net worth has gone up because either your debt went down or your savings went up. Because again, you're planning your spending. You'll be able to see it. Numbers don't lie. I will share with you tips and tricks for creating extra cash from within your current income. I will share with you effortless ways to increase your savings. All of this in just 4 weeks, live. You and me, live. Here's how you register. Go to Planned Spending, PLANNED, Planned Spending.gr8.com. Plannedspending.gr8.com. The live course starts Thursday, January 23rd at 8 p.m. It's going to be after this live call. Starting Thursday, January 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The sessions will be recorded. Everyone who enrolls will have full access. And you're investing in yourself. The investment is only $197. That's it. To really start the new year off right. And as a bonus, you're going to get a 30-minute one-on-one private coaching call with me. That alone is worth $200. And because I'm giving that bonus call, this course is limited to 15 people. Because I don't have a lot of time in my schedule to schedule those 15 calls. My schedule's tight. So you want to jump on it because this was in my newsletter earlier today. There are only 15 spots. When they're gone, they're gone. It starts Thursday, January 23rd. It's only $197. That's it. That's it. PlannedSpending.gr8.com. And you will learn how to write a spending plan, which is basically your budget for the entire year. You will end the year with more money. That's what it does. Plus a lot of other stuff. So take care of that. Here are today's takeaways. Follow through on your Equifax settlement registration. The information is in the YouTube video. Go to YouTube, type in Matthews on Money, all one word. Spend time reflecting on your 2019 progress and your opportunities for 2020. Write 3 SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound, 3 SMART micro goals for 2020 and include them in your spending plan/budget. Register for the Power of Planning Your Spending course. Register for the Power of Planning Your Spending course. Facebook just came back up. I'm going to repeat today's takeaways. Follow through on your Equifax settlement registration. Spend time reflecting on your 2019 progress and opportunities. That should be in writing. Write your 3 SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound, your 3 SMART micro goals for 2020 and include them in your SMART spending plan. Include them in your spending plan/budget. Register for the Power of Planning Your Spending 4-week group coaching course. And that registration link is Planned Spending, PLANNED, PlannedSpending.gr8.com. So those are today's takeaways. And I will see you back here next Thursday, January the 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember to follow me on Facebook at Matthews on Money, LinkedIn at Matthews on Money, and subscribe to my newsletter at www.matthewsonmoney.com. Thank you so much, everybody, and I will see you next week. Facebook, because it kept shutting down, I will post a YouTube link on Facebook so you can see everything without it cutting in and out. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.